here we are in practice then, doing our practice programs, and we're going to go through the final corner, a little bit wide, a little bit early on the throttle, and we have just got away with front wing damage. How the hell I have not crashed? It still surprised me to this day. I am slightly freaked out by my reaction skills here. So go into the wall, just tapping it with our front wing. Let's go off board. A little bit of a tap with the rear wheel as well, but that's the only thing I felt. Unbelievable. Saved by not braking, which is kind of hard for me to comprehend. Anyway, this was later in practice when I was doing a qualifying run.
Box this lap, please. Box this lap.
And my audio is very my clip is very out of sync of what you're going to be listening to, so I might as well just get rid of it then. Anyway, it's low AI, but come on, this is still a great move. Vettel, eat your heart out. Yeah, it'd be nice to do that against a higher AI though. That'd be much better. But it's still a good move in my books. And yep, box this lap. Right, let's go. Constructors Championship permutations. Mercedes needs to beat us by 12 points to continue it to Mexico. In theory, if I win, then nothing the Mercs can do stops us. So, qualifying 1 was an okay start as we had a 1.825 second gap to Russell in second place, with all 3 purple sectors. At the end of the session, Perez put himself in second place, 1.438 seconds behind me. Qualifying 2 was a good start, and we began 2.419 seconds ahead of the 2 Mercs, while obtaining all 3 purple sectors. After the session, Kevin received a 5-place grid penalty for illegal blocking, while Verstappen took second place, 2.114 seconds behind me. Qualifying 3, and we increased our margin even more to compared to the previous sessions, 2.640 seconds ahead of Verstappen. However, at the end of the session, Russell was the quicker driver and placed himself second, 2.021 seconds behind me and 0.4 ahead of Max. I do not really care about the constructors, but if I want this to be realistic, this is a feeder series, so I should care about the feeder series teams. So let's go win this Constructors Championship. I actually kind of celebrated when I won with Ferrari. So, yeah. I should win when I win with Alpine. Let's go do it.
Welcome to Austin, Texas for the United States Grand Prix. With lots of overtaking opportunities, this track is quickly becoming a firm fan favourite. As the clock ticks down to lights out, let's join the teams down on the grid. We have 10 turns to the left and 10 turns to the right here at the fantastic Circuit of the Americas. Overtaking opportunities into turn 1 and turn 12 of this anti-clockwise track. It's 3.6 miles long, and we should see average lap speeds of around 126 miles per hour. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. A fantastic effort from Esteban Ocon yesterday, and it's put him on pole, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Verstappen, Norris, and Sir Lewis Hamilton, and Leclerc, Ricciardo, Tsunoda, Sainz, and Valtteri Bottas, Albon, Joe, Sergio Perez, and Magnussen. They've taken a grid penalty. Vettel, Fernando Alonso, Lance Stroll, and Pierre Gasly. Mick Schumacher, and Nicholas Latifi. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. And what would any Grand Prix weekend be without the one and only Natalie Pinkham? Let's talk briefly about Esteban Ocon.
Well, it was a really impressive lap in qualifying to get pole position, but are they going to be able to hold on to the lead into the first corner with so many quick starters around them? And let's see who's able to keep their tyres in that temperature sweet spot early on. You've got a great tyre warmer underneath your right foot, and the drivers need to make the most of that on the formation lap, or they'll skate wide at turn 1 on cold rubber.
I am pretty sure last time one of the commentators talked about me, I did the exact opposite of what they said I wanted to do. So, Natalie, if I lose P1 into turn 1, it's completely your fault. Change strategies, soft, medium, medium. Let's see how well those do. Free stop. Let's see if we can do one stop soft hards. Is it going to be any quicker? No, it's not even quicker than the free stop. And much slower than the two stop. What about medium hards? Medium and soft. Let's see, let's put that to 21. No, 24, 25, 26. 24. 6.2. 7, 8, 9, 9.9, 10, 10.4 is the highest I saw there. 22, 10.4, 10.47. It looked like the best. Okay, lap 21, I was right. Slightly slower. Start with softs. Much better strategy. How about medium hard? No, not quicker at all. No matter how much we change it. Soft, medium. No, soft, medium, medium. What about medium in the middle? Soft in the middle. How does that work? Put that to 21. Three, 3.8. 3.9, 3.95, 3.6, 96, 96, 96. Slightly quicker. So, yeah, we're going to go with medium, soft, medium. And use that as our backup strategies. What's everyone else doing? Mainly softs. So that's the only other one with mediums. See how he ends up. Let's go to the race. Right. There are going to be no slow laps today because well, there was a lot. Almost half the race was in slow. So, I'm just going to go straight up and say they're all slow because tyre wear is quite unbelievable around here. So get ready for the 5 red lights. Okay rear temperatures, but fell a little bit into the 80s once we got away. Lost out to George, Lando, Charles and Max, but turn 2, we were back up in 3rd behind Lando and George. Charles did try and fight back in the S's, but there's no point to it, and he fell behind. So sector 3 I believe we're going to go on to. So, closing in on Lando, priming myself for an overtake, It's on lap 2 that it happens. Okay. Bit of wheel spin, and yeah, already down to 4th by the time we saw it out. Charles tries and dives Max and Lando, if you saw that. So 5 red lights, and they're out. Left hand side of the grid gets a great start. I block off Hamilton a little bit, but then you can see there's Charles diving Max, and then there's me going around the outside completely. Back up in 3rd. Not more to say about that. However, we caught up to Lando, lap 2, and into turn 1. Nice dive bomb. And up into P2 we went. We had the medium, so we wanted to make sure that they lasted, and so we got into 1st as soon as we could. And not waste any time with good tyres. Simple. Lando looks to defend, but alongside before the apex, and this time no spinning out due to the outside driver turning in. Anyway, we have to head to sector 3 now. Wasn't close enough to George on the back straight to make a move. I did have a look and wanted to see if he would defend, but he wouldn't. So instead I had to wait. But I had to wait a little bit longer to overtake George, because the car just spun. It was very weird, I don't know what happened. Rejoined back ahead of Sainz, but Sainz overtakes us, but not that many cars to re-overtake, so it was quite a decent recovery of a spin, if I say so myself. We'll stay on board this a little bit. And was able to get Sainz back into turn 1. Going completely around the outside, yeah. Helped by his lockup, because otherwise he would have been clear out of turn 1. Because I go much wider when I'm side by side with someone in turn 1. I think that's just me though. It's just the line I decide to take when I'm side by side. Could go a little bit tighter, but I don't. So the spin. So weird. The car's gone now. I don't think it's the curb. Yeah, that's weird. It's let go here. What are the tire temperatures? They're in the 80s, so I wonder if it's because they were too cold. Fans getting a nice view of me making a mistake. Haven't made one like that in a race in a long time. But making sure we capitalize, making sure that we got back on track. First with an overtake on Sainz. Easy. Down the, well, I'd say it's easy. Sainz locked up. Both go wide, but I go wide as I need to be. I always hate turning. I can't hit the apex properly. Lap 4 closed into Daniel Ricciardo. And this is what I mean by the AI taking the tighter line. I just go too wide, turn in too late, and they keep the position. And then what's coming up next is very naughty from Ricardo. I just have speed because I'm close, and then he just turns in on me. Turn 1. Ricardo brakes. Almost hits Lewis, but if I took a tighter line or turned in earlier, I might have been able to go stay on his outside. But we had a good run out of turn 2 and 3, but obviously not going to be able to overtake into this section. So I decided to go around the outside here, and I'm alongside, because you can see my front wing. I am alongside from this point, and yet Ricardo still turns in on me. Does that give me damage? Slight. Slight damage, Ricardo. Thank you. I don't know why I'm skipping ahead. I need to stay on board for this. So yeah, that was very annoying, but we'll have DRS into turn 12, so we'll make good use of that. I hope it's turn 12 actually. This is a poor camera angle. Got DRS. Oh, no Wi-Fi. Got DRS. Pulled to the inside, but as you're about to see, brake super late compared to him. Hit Lewis. Use him to turn, and I got front wing damage. So guess what? We had to come into the box at the end of this lap. Yeah. This race. Cool. Yep. Very happy about this race so far. Really enjoying it. Really enjoying being champion and not having to worry about racing. So anyway, we come into the box. Mark suggested a change of strategy to pit lap 4 instead of 21. Softs to hards instead of softs to mediums. I did think about changing strategy, and I did, but as you'll see later, it comes back to bite me. And so I changed it again. So come out the box, and I am the 5th driver in the first 4 laps to make a pit stop from front wing damage. Bottas and Gasly, Alonso, me and Joe. But yeah, I will go back. Well, I was right. It is turn 12. Haha. Anyway. I don't know what I used to brake at. I think... So there we go, pull to the inside. Ricardo's on the right. I'm clear ahead now. I don't think I go full brake, because I start braking normally here. That's when I normally start braking. So what I've done is I've not pressed the brake properly and used Hamilton to slow down. Got a collision warning for it as well. And also, sector 1, thank you Ricardo, I got a track limit warning. Hardly my fault, but sure. I do. Okay. Give him pits, change front wing. It was poor releases from me. Good everything else. Almost got hit by Alonso. Just lucky I decided to brake a little bit earlier. So, chasing after my teammate then. To start the comeback. Soft tyres will be in shortly, hopefully. Mine were projected about 15 laps, so 10 laps of this. Pull to the inside of Alonso. Make sure we brake early. Do not hit Pierre Gasly. Side by side going through the corner, but a little squeeze on the exit, and we're up into P18. I was hoping to only say that once I got to F1, because I'd be in a slow car. But yeah, I am completely ahead, but should have given him a little bit more space. Yes, love this angle. Making sure we don't collide into Zhou, up ahead of Pierre Gasly, and into P7. That's Bottas, my bad. Up into P17 we went. And do we overtake Bottas in sector 1? No, we good. So, just pull alongside. Do I drift right a bit? I do. But then I align myself again. Go towards Bottas, hit the apex, up into P17. And again, should have given Gasly more space. Sector 2, DRS on Valtteri Bottas for turn 12. So, almost a slam dunk overtake, isn't it? So we pull onto the main back straight, flick open the DRS, engage overtake. Where do we go? We go towards the outside, he goes towards the middle. I'm not going to bother with forcing the driver to the middle, forcing myself onto the middle of the circuit, because at this point I'm annoyed. More so at myself for the front wing damage. I'm annoyed at 3 things: Ricciardo, the car, and myself. Bottas being the melon, although I did leave him space, so he's allowed to do that, but you're not going to win that fight. So, yeah, Sainz started pit. Magnussen, anyone else in pit? No, nice. Now, Ricciardo, Verstappen, Leclerc, and put ourselves up into P10. So what that's 7 positions. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, Ricciardo pit. 5, 6. No, we were P16. That's right, because 5 drivers. So Sainz, Magnussen, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And as you can see, there's George Russell, who was leading the race. So we went and chased him down. As you can see him just leaving the pits there. So if we overtook George, we would be net P1. Because he was P1. So first off we had to get behind Russell, and that started off with an overtake on Latifi, lap 10. So try a little switchback, get a better run out of turn 11, and all the way down the straight we're using the slipstream of Stroll and Russell, and turned off overtake quite early, but got the move done. He tries to hang it out around the outside, but again I leave him no space, and up into P9 I went. So yeah, turned off overtake, dive, make sure I'm ahead into the brake zone, leave him no space, and that's how you get position. Should have given him a little bit more space though. And then Stroll was fairly easy. He had DRS, but we decided to go around the outside. And again, a little bit better this time. However, he's on the inside, so it just worked for him. So I decided to wait for turn 6 again, like I did with Ricciardo, but wanted to make sure that I did get this move done, and we were alongside even before the corner, and ahead. So that was good. I'm going the wrong way with the cameras. Yep, down the outside, we were ahead into the brake zone as you look in the mirror, but Stroll just popped in and said hello. Caused me to back out because I didn't want to crash into him. So he got a good run. Knew I'd be able to get a good run around the outside of turn 6. Did so. It looks like he's barely moving. It looks like he's on an in or out lap before qualifying. So, what's this? Schumacher, Vettel, Perez, Albon all come into the pits. Sonoda stays out a little bit. And so I had a clean run at Russell. Why I decided to go around the outside again, I don't know. Did it work? No. Went really wide this time. But again, if we got good pace out of here, we can get a good run through turn 6 and go around his outside for and inside for turn 7. Was I able to? No, not quite. Can't blame a man for trying though. And the outside. But he just pulls in front. He even misses the apex, and we still can't get him. No point seeing the rest of sector 1. Did try it. I did look, but obviously not close enough at this point. Didn't want a Ricciardo treatment. Well, I didn't want Russell to give me the Ricciardo. Why show you sector 2? So here we are, sector 2. I'm wasting a lot of time doing all this. I need to go back to lap 9 for science. Okay, so we'll do this overtake and then we'll go back to lap 9. DRS open, no DRS for George. Where are we going to go? We're going to go inside, and we're clear ahead. So file back to the racing line, and up into P2 we went. George had no chance. Bye bye. What happened lap 9? Yeah, so just run over some mechanics that aren't moving. Okay. Must have got collision warning. Yeah. Okay. That was a waste of my time. Had to get Sonoda because he hadn't pit yet and was determined not to because he is on the mediums. So he went down the inside towards turn 1 and got the overtake done. Simple as, beautiful. Now we could just run away with the race. Just as long as nothing else happened that would ruin the race. Pulled to the left. I did think about going right when he did that, but I was like, no, I want to get this overtake done. So I did, and put a car between me and George and started to build a gap because I'd need one as the softs were going to pit very early. They were projected to pit 17. I wanted to extend them so that I could continue to do soft medium, medium soft medium soft medium, like the selected strategy. But that kind of faltered. What did you do? You retire? Yes. Almost on cue. Lunch stroll after this and then we go back to me. So yeah, heading towards turn 11. No poof. Just pulls over to the side of the circuit. Almost hits Norris and Hamilton. Because of the yellow flag. But that's it. No safety car or anything. Lance Stroll, lap 23. Came into the pits. Let me guess. He hits Albon. Yep, just like the signs. And gives himself a little front wing damage. Well done, Strong. Lap 24. Well, technically lap 23. The orange icon came up about tyres, telling me they're over 60%. I wanted to go to lap 27. Was it 27? Yes, it was 27. I wanted to go to lap 27. But then I was like, I might be able to get there just before it gets to 70%. But then I realised, wait, the medium tyres are going to go to 70%. So I changed my mind and pit for hards, lap 24. So at the moment we have a 11-second gap to Russell and a 19-second gap to Lando, meaning a 20-second gap to Hamilton if you include little temps. There's Sainz. He's had to pit again. So come into the box. No speeding at all. We don't want to hit a wall or anything. It's annoying because I can brake later into the pit lane. I'll have to when I am in the higher categories, because otherwise I will be too slow. So there goes George. Back into P1. Lando comes into pits. Hamilton then comes after me. However, I go a little wide and we're battling through turn 2. But all good, and I keep position. So back onto the race with hards that are going to do the 42 remaining laps. No, 32. I don't know why I thought 42. That'd be if we were at Spain. However, in sector 2, made a little mistake at turn 11. Just did not turn and went wide past the curb and allowed Hamilton back through. But I switched to the left, made myself on the inside, not going to hit his rear this time. Dived down the inside, nice and clean. Did I give him space this time? Yeah, I did, but he took the curb. Yeah, there's Lando coming into the pits. So there's me. I go a lot wide. and he has to tighten his line, and that's what allows him to. That's what forces him to slow down. Then sector 2, normal turn in, just poor exit, and then no hit in the rear this time. Although I think I did come close. Down the inside. I do give Hamilton a little bit more space. I give him a lot more space and he doesn't take it. The one time I give space, but the driver actually hits the curb. How ironic. Then lap 26, George comes into the box. So does Verstappen. But we've got a track limits warning somewhere. Really? Okay. Quite obvious. No. Nothing else happened. Except lap 38. Now you probably won't be able to see it, so I'll have to go to lap 39. But lap 38 I spotted some raindrops. So lap 39 I decided to push and get a fastest lap. Yeah, it wasn't the cleanest fastest lap, but it would do. And so the rain began falling and I knew that I wouldn't have been able to get a faster lap. I didn't need to get a faster lap, but I just wanted one. And the shenanigans that ensued afterwards is quite hilarious. But I think this is Perez, we're coming up to lap. So, yeah. I believe lap 43, 42 actually. I think, well, literally here I got told change your strategy. You're on the DRS straight. And you have no DRS. You've just come off turn 1. Do you have DRS? No, you do not. What about you? Do you have DRS? I'm remembering everything completely wrong. Ah, here we go. No DRS. You're not on a straight, you're not on a straight. Who's the closest to a straight? Not you. Kinda you. You're on it. Kinda you. Okay. Albon. Do you get DRS? No, he does not. So, in the space from here, that actually sounds about right, to here, DRS was disabled. I think Mark must have told me here. Flashy. That's very weird. Because we must have... No. Okay. I'm pretty sure he told me this lap. I'm pretty sure he told me... No, because I was coming up to lap Sonoda. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. DRS disabled. And literally in sector 3 of this lap, Mark's like, change of strategy, bro. Enters. And I'm like, hell yeah, let's go. And quite literally, radio message came now. And I accepted now. Came into the pits. And surprisingly, I was the first one into the pits. I don't know how. I'm sure other people would have pit. And what makes it even worse is Sonoda comes into pits behind me, but does not go on to inters. He goes on to another set of mediums. And a couple laps later I understood why, because Mark said he's not sure which ones were the quickest. But he's coming up. Oh, there's George. But yeah, it's clear because look how much we pull away in one lap. Well, I'd say one lap. Yeah, we pull 6 seconds on him. It's clear that it's time for inters. Lap 46, get a third track limit warning, and for a penalty. Surely it's not that again. I'm pretty sure corner cut turn 1, but because it's so pointy, it doesn't actually count as corner cut. 47. Why did George lose so much time? Okay. It's just that the pit rejoin said I'd be second if I pit in the Giant, and then it became wet, and now it said it's first. Anyway, we got a 4th track limit warning on lap 47. Right there. Probably got damage from it as well. Not really. Not any floor damage at least. There is side pod damage though. But that seems to come at every race. Lap 54. 5th track limit warning. Technically 4th. I won't count the one with Ricciardo. However, I did what I did with Ricciardo. And lap 55. The game says my 6th track limit warning, but Ricciardo, you're a pain. And again, wow, I've got a single penalty at this corner. Wait, what? Where are the others? Okay, 3 were here, 2 were... I'm so confused. And my audio hasn't even been picked up. Great! Oh, I'm not redoing that again. I am not redoing that. None of that audio has been picked up, but I'm not doing it again. It's 42 minutes. Bye. I tried using my laptop to start recording on my phone. That's not how that worked. Let's get started, shall we? The race was done on the 19th of March and the script done on the 26th and 27th of February, 7 and 8 days later. I tried something that I will be using next season. The grid slot was great purple with the brakes and suspension just in line with the end of the yellow line. The tyre temperatures though were with a week gap. I do not quite remember, but I think they were in the mid 80s. The start of the race was poor as normal, and into turn 1, Russell and Norris had me, but then in the braking zone, Verstappen and Leclerc overtook me. However, through the corner, they tightened themselves, and I sailed around the outside for 3rd place. Back. Thank you, Natalie Pinkham, for that. Lap 2 I headed after Norris and got past him with an overtake down the inside of turn 1. Remarkably simple with plenty of ERS and no DRS. However, this was ruined at turn 16 and turn 17 when the car did not like how I turned into the corner and I spun. It was an okay recovery as it was only 7th place, but Sainz came along and took 7th round the outside of turn 18, putting me, of course, 8th. Lap 3 and we quickly dispatched Sainz, obviously annoyed and confused about the spin. It's a simple fake of the inside switch to the outside of turn 1 and completed the move on the inside of turn 2. Lap 4 and we started leading the train with Ricardo. Started on the leading train with Ricardo. Well, an attempt at turn 1. I tried going around the outside, but I went too wide and it did not work. However, I was close enough that round turn 6 I got alongside and was about to finish the move in turn 7. Ricardo turned in on me, though, and gave my first track limit warning of the race and some minor front wing damage. Not enough for a pit stop, but enough for a deserved penalty as I was completely alongside ages before turn 7, as you would have seen on the highlights. I tried the overtake again at turn 12 with DRS and down the inside, but I did not brake hard enough and crashed into Hamilton, giving me major front wing damage and a collision warning, and allowed Ricardo back into 6th while I decided to box at the end of the lap as Mark offered a change in strategy. Lap 4, softs, then hards later in the race. I also gave myself a penalty after that. In the pit lane, no speeding, a purple turn in and an OK release meant we re-entered the race in 19th place behind 3 of the 4 other drivers who had already pit for damage. Bottas, Gasly, lap 1, and Alonso, lap 2, leaving Zhou, lap 3, in 20th place. Lap 5 we started carving into this trio, beginning with Alonso. Turn 12 down the inside, easy with the 2 RS's, DRS and ERS. But I could have given more space on the exit as there was no space for him, and so he had to back out. I was going to joke about Verstappen, but I'll leave that one alone. Psych. Alright. I can't even joke correctly. Alright, Verstappen. I thought I was driving. Lap 6. Yeah. That's a really poor joke. That's really bad. Lap 6, and we were close enough to Gasly to get an inside move at turn 1, and we boosted ourselves into P17. Then into 16th place when I overtook Bottas round the outside of turn 12, meaning I did not have to worry about giving space on the exit. And into turn 13 we started pulling away from the trio. Lap 8 to 9 we gained more places with Norris, Sainz and Magnussen pitting, now P13. Lap 9 to 10, Russell, Leclerc, Verstappen and Ricciardo pitted, putting me P10, because Russell exited ahead of me, so I only gained 3 positions. Later in the lap, and we took P9 with a DRS and ERS pass on Latifi into turn 12. Like Alonso, I should have left more space on the exit though. Lap 11 and got put into P8 while we tried overtaking Stroll into turn 1. Hamilton pitted. We tried around the outside of Stroll, but again, I was too far wide. Instead, this set me up for an overtake at turn 6, around the outside, this time no collision. Ricciardo. At the end of the lap, we gained 4 more places when Albon, Perez, Vettel and Schumacher appeared. Therefore P3. Lap 12 at turn 1, we tried overtaking Russell round the outside, and again we were too wide. I looked at the move in turn 6, but I was not close enough, and I wanted to keep this front wing for the rest of the race. Instead, I overtook into turn 12 down the inside, and with DRS and ERS for me, but only ERS for Russell. I was way clear way before the brake zone, and now we go back to lap 9 when Sainz pit. He ran over to stationary Red Bull mechanics and collided with Gasly at turn 1 because of the pit exit and the AI staying on the inside after the pit lane. Lap 13, and we finally got into P1 when I overtook Tsunoda down the inside of turn 1. Easy pass and no spinning around, and causing a VSC. This time only for him to pit at the end of the lap. I know none of that has made sense to you. So what I'm saying is, this time it was an easy pass, no spinning ground, and causing a VSC. But I overtook him this time for him to only pit at the end of the lap. Lap 15 through turn 10, the Ferrari in Leclerc's car blew up, and just after turn 11, he pulled over to retire from the Grand Prix. Lap 23, and Stroll came out of the pits to do a Sainz with Latifi and gave himself some slight front wing damage. Lap 24, and time to talk strategy. I tried to elongate the soft stint to do mediums like originally planned, but this lap I gave in and pitted, as on lap 23 the orange tyre indicator popped up. I did not want a puncture, so I came in, no speeding, a purple turn in, and a good release meant we were back into the race, second place, with the hard that should have been on the car from lap 17. If only I followed Mark's strategy. It didn't matter. Still good strategy, still worked. Lap 25, and we're on the exit of the lane. We just stayed ahead of Hamilton, but into turn 11 we bowled a wide and allowed Hamilton into P2. Cricket reference if you don't understand. Or rounders. Or baseball. But with ERS, we switched to Hamilton's inside, and into turn 12 we overtook him, giving enough space, but he still took the curb. Last stretch now. Lap 26, we gonna cut at turn 3 for our second warning, Ricciardo. Lap 39, the forecasted rain appeared, and during the lap I saw the small raindrops on the car. Then on lap 40 the big raindrops appeared, and I started to consider the box for intermediates, because we had about 16 laps left of the race. Lap 41, and the DRS got disabled between Bottas in 7th place and Albon in 12th place on the main straight. Lap 42, I came into the pits for intermediates, and unlike in Netherlands, it was not a nice, neat beeline for inters. Anyway, no speeding, a purple turn in, and a good release meant we were back into the race just ahead of Russell. But in that following lap, we extended the gap a lot more than normal. Lap 46, a corner cut turn 3 and awarded me a 3-second penalty. Lap 47, and we track extended the exit of turn 15. Lap 54, and we corner cut at turn 7. The only turn 7 warning I am counting. So, even though this lap 55, turn 3 corner cut gave me the second penalty, because this was the 6th warning, this penalty will be revoked and replaced with a penalty from colliding with Hamilton on lap 4. That does not matter, as on lap 56 we came across line while spinning to win the Grand Prix, and unknowingly, because I hadn't realised, the Constructors' Championship. I did not find out until Crofty mentioned it after the race. A quick Verstappen recap. Lap 10, he was jumped by Hamilton in the pits. P5, after me and everyone else sorting themselves out. Lap 35, Ricciardo overtook him down the inside of turn 12 when he locked up. P6. Last but not least, lap 51. He spun clockwise at turn 6. P7. I could not help myself and laughed at him, as you heard. Hopefully, no, you didn't hear, because I decided to turn off my mic, which I learned I could do for the first time, which I also explained in Mexico. Yeah, I laughed at him. Now, last but not least, in the race, the wet strategies. The top 10 had logical strategies in the wet. Me going hards to inters, and Russell, Hamilton, Norris, Ricciardo, Bottas, Verstappen, Magnussen, Zhou, and Vettel, the other 9, pitting straight from mediums to intermediates, while 8 of the bottom 9 had stupid strats. Alonso, Gasly, Albon, Sainz, Schumacher, Latifi, and Perez. That's 7. Oh yeah. Pitting from mediums to intermediates. Then the 8th, Tsunoda going hard to mediums to inters. Last but not least, Stroll. He pitted mediums, then to inters. Horrible strategy if you ask me. Did one worse than Netherlands. It's not competition. Of those that pit in the first 4 laps, me, Bottas, and Zhou finished with the correct strategies in 1st, 6th, and 9th place respectively. But Alonso and Gasly had the dumb strategies and finished 11th and 12th place. The slow laps that I did not show are on screen now. After lap 5, it was lap 11, lap 20, lap 23, and lap 24. Very long-winded way to say that I bottled the beginning of the race, got back to first, and finished the race on the intermediates, winning the race and a Constructors Championship. Let's go! Sorry, this video is out a little bit later than normal. Didn't really have a lot of time. Not sure why. But I have a lot of time in the next 2 weeks because, 1, Australia. That Grand Prix means that I cannot race in the mornings this weekend. So I'll have an extra week to catch up. And so obviously the second week will be a lot less busy. I'm going to shut up now and let you get on with the rest of your day. Hope it's a good one. Goodbye.